everyone. Welcome back to Movin' Right Along, a Muppet movie podcast brought to you by toughpigs.com. It's the podcast where we watch A Muppet Family Christmas 2 minutes at a time and talk about it a lot. I'm your host, Anthony Strand.
And I'm your other host, Ryan Rowe.
And joining us today is our first guest of the season. Who
Hooray.
is it? Who are you, guest?
I am Staci Rosen.
Staci Rosen, what a thrill! So, part of this being Muppet Family Christmas is that the only guests we're going to have on this season are our actual family. Starting right now with Ryan's wife, Staci, we're going to later have my wife, Rosalind, our brother, Joe, and our dad, Danny Horn. Yeah, I should say our brother, Joe Hennis, I suppose, and our dad, Danny Horn.
That's what you have to look forward to.
Yeah, should be fun. So today we are looking at minutes 5 and 6 of A Muppet Family Christmas. In these minutes, the Muppets settle in at Mrs. Bear's house, and Miss Piggy calls from a teensy-weensy photo session. So the first thing here is Animal yells, "Give me presents," and Sprocket barks at him.
We hear the end of Animal saying, he had previously said peace on, and we hear him say earth at the beginning of this. So now we know.
Give me presents, right.
That's right. Where is this peace that he wants? Earth. He wants peace on Earth.
It really could have been any planet with animals, so.
Right. Yeah. Well, and that's what Doc says, right? Doc says these look like they could be from some foreign planet.
Yeah, it's so interesting that he just says these could be. He doesn't say these creatures or these things or these people could be from some foreign planet.
Right, these could be from some foreign planet. And then Fozzie's mom corrects him that they're actually from television because she recognizes Fozzie's weirdo friends, which I love the idea that she, she's a good mom, supportive mom. So she watched her son on the Muppet Show every week and just thought, look at these freaks. Why does he hang out with these weirdos?
Yeah.
I hate them,
And I'm pretty sure we have discussed in the past this sort of loose reality of whether the Muppet Show is it always a TV show? Is it sometimes just a live stage show? Is there like a fictional audience that's watching the same thing on TV that we're watching? But yeah, it's interesting that she says they're from television. Like she doesn't say they're from movies. It's just they're from television, which implies the Muppet Show.
Right. Yeah. Or this special.
Yes, they're on television right now.
Right?
Right. I just have to comment on Sprocket's barking. It's been a long time since I've watched Fraggle Rock, and I thought that was really convincing barking.
Yeah. We talked about this last week, too. Sprocket seems exactly like a real dog. It's wild.
Oh, yeah.
It's
pretty amazing.
Right. And I guess we should note that barking is courtesy of Steve Whitmire, who's Sprocket's performer. That's not a dog. It's a human man from Atlanta, Georgia, named Steve Whitmire.
Can we talk about Sam?
Yeah, of course we can talk about Sam.
Little moment, that delivery.
Sam is Stacy's favorite Muppet.
He's my favorite Muppet.
Oh, fun,
I love pretty much everything he does and says in the original Muppet franchise. Before he became kind of the crazy patriotic Sam he is today. But his delivery, Frank Oz's delivery of "Why am I here?" It's perfect because he didn't even say it in a sarcastic way. It wasn't like, "Oh, why am I here again? Somebody remind me why I came to this." He just truly seems baffled at how did he get here?
He's
was
he
drugged? Yeah. Was he asleep when he was transported? He's just very confused about this situation.
Right. Well, and Sam has exactly 2 lines in this special. And
is that true? So this is one of them.
That's one of the 2, yeah. And they're both perfect.
I was trying to remember if he had another one.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
We'll
later.
get to it.
So it's one of those things where you give him a long speech about patriotism, not that funny. You give him 2 lines, one at a time, and Frank Oz makes him sing.
Yeah, one of them is 4 words and the other is 3.
Right.
And of course, the real answer to his question is that you can't do a Muppet special with the whole family without Sam. But it is it's a reasonable question. Why would he actually want to come along and spend a holiday with all these weirdos?
Right. Though maybe he'll bond with Emily Bear, who also thinks that they're all weirdos, right?
Exactly. Although, as Dr. Teeth says, they're proud of it. So
proud of it too.
That captures kind of the essence of the characters right there.
Right. But so then the next thing is that Doc asks Sprocket if Muppets are anything like Fraggles, which is, and then Stacy's doing Sprocket's hand
Sort
gesture.
of.
He does the hand wiggle, like, yeah, sort of.
Right, but so can we talk about how this line is not in continuity with the TV show Fraggle Rock?
Well, it's interesting. I mean, yeah, go on.
Well, and again, this is all nonsense. Really, who cares? Like, it's establishing that Doc and Sprocket know who Fraggles are, right? That's why it's here. But on the show, Doc meets the Fraggles like at the end, which had already aired at this time.
So
But
it had aired on TV.
That aired in the spring of 1987.
Okay, I knew it had been taped, but I wasn't
Yeah.
sure. So wow, yeah, huh?
But also, like, Sprocket can't talk. Sprocket doesn't tell him about Fraggles, the word Fraggle. And most importantly, Doc knows Gobo Fraggle as the name of some dude whose mail he gets. If he hasn't met him yet, Fraggles aren't a species. Gobo Fraggle is some dude whose postcards he throws in the garbage.
Yeah, that's a pretty good point.
But like, again, I don't actually care about any of this. Like, I'm not like, Jerry Jewell, turn in your Writers Guild card, sir. Like, that's not, like, because really, who cares?
Sprocket does try to warn Doc that, like, there's something weird happening at the hole in the wall in his workshop, but yeah, I guess there would be no way for Sprocket to actually communicate the word Fraggle.
Right. But
so why is Doc asking him a question in the first place?
I mean, he asks Sprocket questions all the time. He just never gets an answer. But no, of course, the actual reason why it's in the special is so that viewers at home, like myself, who had never seen Fraggle Rock, would think, oh, that's the guy from Fraggle Rock.
Right.
Like, why is this ornery man here in this special?
And it's just like one of those, they're like a comic book story that takes place between two other stories. Like, you just need a little editor's note that says, note, this story takes place before the series finale of Fraggle Rock.
Right. Jolly Jim.
Right, exactly.
But then the next thing is Fozzie introduces Kermit to his mom, who calls him a lizard. And
yes, Kermit is the one who gave him his big break in the show business.
Oh yeah, you love the show business, yeah.
Well, I do. I don't think I had noticed. He says it in the Muppets: A Celebration of 30 Years, which we talked about, and I think our guest there, or maybe you, pointed out that there are a couple other examples of Fozzie referring to the show business. And I just like that that's just a little specific quirk that I guess Frank Oz gave him, or maybe Jerry Jewell, somebody.
Yeah.
I just love these little things that pop up like that.
Yeah, it's fun.
I started thinking kind of deeply about this special when I started these minutes. And when I see Fozzie come in, I realized, like, there's a really strong message here about the entitlement that adult children have when it comes to their family home and their parents' company. Like, he felt very confident that, oh, my mom, she doesn't have her own life. She'll be so happy to see me. And just the audacity of just sort of, showing up. I feel like that's a real problem between some parents and their adult children.
Yeah, absolutely true.
Yeah, we don't know what their relationship was like really when Fozzie was growing up, but yeah, you kind of wonder what led to that, to him thinking that this was okay.
I'll tell you what led to this, him thinking this is okay. His mom's next line is, "There's plenty of room for everybody."
Right, so she's just always accommodating.
Right, she's just immediately like, oh, my son and all of his friends showed up for Christmas? Great, plans canceled. Where can I put them?
There's never a discussion of like, okay, well, you guys can just take the house and I'm going to go ahead and go on to Malibu like I planned.
I kind of wish she did, though. Like, I'm rooting for her. She's by herself every year. And now she has this chance to go on this fun tropical vacation, and she was robbed of that.
Right. And speaking of being robbed, Doc also was robbed of his chance to have a nice, quiet Christmas. Doc
I relate.
Yeah, he's so mad in that. Like, I feel like we don't see him this mad as he seems like a blustery. Like, when I was a kid,
very rarely, yeah.
Watching this without knowing the show, I thought he was like, this was his default setting. Like, this is the grumpy man.
I relate because Ryan and I recently booked an Airbnb, and one of the reasons we booked it was specifically because this cabin was going to come with a hand-delivered crate of fresh breakfast. And we did not get it. They told me the night before it was not going to happen. And we're thinking, well, we want some money back because this is why we booked this particular place. And likewise, Doc chose this establishment because it was going to be empty. So I think I understand his frustration.
Yeah.
You were like, excuse me, Mr. Airbnb host, you promised me a nice fresh breakfast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love the way his hair flops over
I
his
know,
face
those
when he
long
says that.
bangs he has.
Yeah.
It's great, yeah. But he doesn't have a chance to get too mad because then the phone rings and Animal is so excited to go get it. But his excitement turns to disgust when he realizes that it's Pig.
Yeah, and it's weird though, because Animal answers the phone saying, "Give me presents," and Piggy says, "Joyeux Noël, Kermie." Like, can't she tell that that's not Kermit on the phone? That's Animal's voice.
Your statement is based on the supposition that Miss Piggy is listening to someone other than Miss Piggy in this context.
She might not even have the phone to her ear. She might just like have it held out like a walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
Right. She's just talking. She's just waiting for someone to be on the end of the line, right?
All right, I'll buy that.
But like Ryan says, she says Joyeux Noël, Kermit, which is of course French for Merry Christmas. And she tells Kermit that she's at a teensy-weensy little photo session I just scheduled.
I have a lot to say about that.
Please.
The implication in those words, or what I think she wants us all to think, is that she just booked this. Like somebody called her and needed a model for this photo session. But if you look very closely, this is very clearly a glamour shots establishment. Mm-hmm. If you look at the...
Wait, you're saying like glamour shots, the places that were in malls in the 80s and 90s
exactly
where like normal people would go in to get a really fancy photo taken of themselves.
Exact gloves that she's wearing. They would poof the hair out just like she has. The feathers and the flowers that you see in the foreground, the soft lighting. She clearly just scheduled at the mall a photo session for herself.
So you think she's paying for this?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Well,
this is interesting because my comment or my thoughts that I wrote down, like this comes a few years after the Miss Piggy fashion calendars and like 5 years after the Fantastic Miss Piggy show, a TV special. I thought this was just sort of continuing the idea of like Miss Piggy is, because she's so famous in real life as a character from the Muppet Show, like they are just acknowledging, okay, she's a star now. She's the kind of person who would be in demand as a model for a photo shoot. And the photographer does seem very excited to have her there.
Oh, and they make you feel very special at the Glamour Shot
I'm
studio.
sure they do. So
that's
so you might be onto something there. Am I correct in thinking that you did a Glamour Shots shoot when you were in high school?
Yes, I'm happy. You guys can post it online with this.
Should we put it in the show notes?
Episode? Sure. And then a moment later, she's in a store. Come on, Piggy's at the mall. She's so obviously at the mall.
Yeah,
wow.
You convinced me. You cracked it wide open. That is a compelling theory, and I'm here for it. But I did want to note also the photographer's voice is David Rudman, puppeteer David Rudman. Later, the performer of Scooter, Janice, of course, Cookie Monster, Baby Bear. This is his only speaking part in this special. I think. I mean, I'm sure he makes like crowd noises. He's like a penguin or something, that kind of stuff.
Right.
But he doesn't play any other characters. He plays the off-screen photographer. And
I wonder.
I've always wondered, why it's him.
Right. Interesting.
I guess we could ask him. He'd probably have something to say about it if we reached out to him.
Yeah, I mean, it's so long ago now. It would be. I would be curious to see if he remembers.
Right, because he's young here. I mean, he's in his mid-20s. Like.
Yeah, this was relatively early still in his Muppet career.
Yeah, we talked about how he worked on Manhattan and some other stuff, but
yeah, that was one of his first big projects.
This is several years before, Baby Bear or Davy Monkey or whatever, Chicago the Lion.
Yeah, this was right after he had played either Tug or Boo on Little Muppet Monsters, though.
Yeah, he played one of them. He played a Little Muppet Monster.
Yes.
Anyways, Piggy, however her photo session came into being, she assures Kermit that my chauffeur Jerome is ready to whisk me away into your arms at the farmhouse. And we end on the photographer asking Miss Piggy twice to do that pouty thing.
Do that pouty thing. Do that pouty thing. Ooh.
So glad that that's where this clip cuts off because I love that. I mean, we see Kermit at the end, but yeah. So, all right, that's it for this one. We will be back next time. Because we should say, do either of you have anything else?
Oh, I was just gonna say. So one thing is, Staci was talking earlier about how she wished that Ma had just continued on with her vacation plans. I do think they should do a Muppet production at some point where we actually get to see Ma Bear surfing. That would be a great payoff for this, because she mentions that she had 3 months of surfing
3 months
lessons?
of surfing lessons.
Yeah, and now she doesn't get to use them. So yeah, they should make some kind of like Muppet summer vacation movie where we get to see Ma Bear surfing.
What if it's just a video to all the songs on Muppet Beach Party? And it's just Ma Bear surfing.
Video.
Yeah, it's just Ma Bear
perfect
surfing while Gonzo and Rizzo sing
Sugar Shack.
Yeah.
Love it. Perfect. And then also just one of these little puppetry details. We see Animal drop the phone and walk out of the frame before Kermit comes in and picks up the phone. And it's seamless the way they do it, like it always is. But of course, if you really think about it, there's 2 different phone receivers there. One that is attached to Animal's hand and one that is attached to Kermit's hand.
All right. And on the note of a puppetry trick, we are all done. We will be back tomorrow with another episode of Moving Right Along. Goodbye.
Bye.
Do the pouty thing.
Ugh, pig.